Welcome back to Football Tussle there after a little siesta or break there, international break ourselves. We needed it anyway, just to get the bodies back and the minds there to get ready for the last knockings of the season there. And yes, we got CIC myself, you got AY Footy, and then you got Grand Champ there as well still. Welcome back, lads. Welcome back.
I'm not even happy to be back. It's been an awful 2 weeks. You know, Nigeria not making the World Cup, and then Arsenal doing their nonsense on today.
I feel the same as well. Football is just not going the right way right now, you know.
Listen.
Yourself, you two, but football's is all right. It's all right with me, Bart. It's all right with me there.
What? You're right. You're right with Nigeria not making the World Cup.
Well, that's how they've blown themselves. I'm not shocked with them nowadays anyway. So what's it called? I take that with a pinch of salt. But back to domestically, Liverpool are flying there still. But yeah, Nigeria, what's it called? It's no shock there. What's it called? Management, FA has been a mess there still, but that's what it is there still. And then we saw a couple of England meaningless friendlies there still where they came through with expected 2 wins and stuff like that. And then we also saw the what was it? The shocks of the World Cup qualifiers there. Italy back-to-back World Cups not to be seen there. They'll be drinking what's it called, the wine and then spaghetti at home in front of the TV there still. Jokers.
And
Ronaldo returns there to the World Cup there. Maybe his swan song and mess well and all that. But let's go on.
No. I think Gareth Bale scored as well. And
he scored two
good goals.
Talking about that, there is either them, Scotland or Ukraine that'll be in the England's group of them in the World Cup there still. So there's
England are very lucky with that draw.
Well, when you're top seeded in pot one, you don't expect to be getting too much.
That's too easy.
It's too easy, but still England have got a little bit of something there still. Even though we blow England, they're still in the last major tournaments. They've gone far
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying the draw was kind to England. So
it was kind to Brazil as well. You look at some of the other top nations. It's been kind to them as well. So
talking about that, Brazil is the favorite.
Not Spain.
Well, Spain will be. Brazil are always favorites anyway.
No. I don't think so. France are the favorites. France is too strong.
What's it called? It's very hard to win back-to-back World Cups anyway. But let's go back to what we're here for anyway. What's it called? Domestic stuff.
Sure, let's go.
Well done on international football there still. And let's get back to the Prem that was on a couple weeks break there still. We kick off. Let's just kick off in order anyway. What's it called? No topics there. There's the time. Let's talk about the first game of the start of the weekend, which was Liverpool versus Watford there.
Oh yeah, right. It has to be Liverpool, really.
Well, they're the ones that started at 12:30 anyway. It's not my fault that their Premiership gave them there still. But I mean, myself,
easy win.
Yeah, easy win, expected win. Liverpool weren't at their best again. I think in the last few matches there, who knows, maybe tiredness. Who knows what it is? At the end of the day, when you get to this stage of the season and you're still going for major honours, all that counts is the full-time results. And the 3 points. So if you get the 3 points, you get the 3 points there still. So that's all that counts anyway. And Liverpool, even though Watford gave them a bit of a run for the money, as we said previously, not just about Liverpool, about other teams, low teams that play against the big boys. When you have good chances, but when you have good chances, you have to take it. Watford had a couple of good chances.
We all know Watford are going down. Liverpool just beat them. Liverpool just beat a relegated side. I'm struggling.
You still have to do the job anyway. But well done, Liverpool. That was 10 wins in a row there still, and that is still a great great winning streak there too. And they were top as AY Footy said for a couple of hours there to put a bit of pressure on Man City, but it's just what it is anyway. And then the big game we'll talk about maybe near the end of the show about the big game next Sunday on the 10th. But yeah, what's it called? Watford, as Grand Champ said, is going to be going down anyway. So it's expected to win. Just
definitely going down.
What's it called? Liverpool made it a bit harder than expected.
Liverpool is not winning the league.
I would say this though.
Last time anyway.
I'll say two things. Liverpool definitely putting pressure on City, but I would say, my goodness, if I'm Jota, I'm looking and I'm saying I should be, with the numbers I'm doing, I should be on the same. I should be on the same wages as maybe Mane, because what Jota is doing at Liverpool.
Careful,
he's doing some mad numbers.
He's doing some mad numbers.
That's what you have to. I agree with you on the numbers there, but what's it called? That's why you have to be. You don't start giving out new contracts when someone's only been there. How long has he been there? What's it called? What?
At least 2 seasons now, isn't it?
No. This is his second season.
Yeah.
He's doing numbers.
So you don't start. You have to remember I'm sure start signed on a 5-year contract. You don't just start changing. Yeah, that's nice. But not yet, sir.
I'm sure since he's been there, he's outscored Mane.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. But at the end of the day, not yet. Let's just calm himself for So the guy's only been there just over a season, maybe a season and a half. And you're talking about
an improved deal after 2 years. The guy's been crazy numbers anyway. But
talking about contract there quickly. I heard Salah is about to sign. Is that true?
For almost $500,000. I'm hearing.
No chance of that. Anyway, let's.
It's 400K. They're giving him 400K.
No. What's it called?
It's 400K.
We're all hear numbers. I think it's between.
I don't know what your problem is. Everybody's published it, and we could see if we put the thing on the camera right now on the display screen. You could see loads of news out there.
Speculation.
They're saying 400K. So why are you saying no? So this news.
Well, as I said, until paper, we know what papers can do. Let's not talk. That could be easy whispered from Salah's agent.
And where are you hearing your stuff from then? Not the papers? The same papers you're reading?
I'm hearing it from closer sources there.
Close chatted about closer sources.
That's it, right. But anyway, what's it called? Let's move on there still anyway. The talk of Jota, not yet. Maybe next season or halfway through next season. Moving on to the next game there. What's it called? Which was a poor game that we barely stay a few seconds on it. Which was a ball draw, Brighton versus Norwich.
How dare you mention that after 2 weeks of us being off from this show? You mentioned this game next.
We're going through in order there still, and that was the next game there still, Brighton Norwich.
How dare you? Come on. How dare you? I'm just going to say one word, boring. Skip.
Yes. And what about you, A-Footy?
Move on.
And just one thing there still on that game there.
Well, because they ended the 6 games unbeaten losing streak.
That alone is something for them. But if you can't beat if you can't score against Norwich, let alone beat them, that shows you what a rotten rot you're in. If you Brighton are so silly. Brighton need to invest in a decent striker. They've had the same crap. Well, we know Welbeck can't stay fit. At Arsenal, I was happy to get rid. Mopay, for all the good stuff he does, can't score a goal like Lacazette. So and Tossard, is it Tossard the Argentinian?
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player.
He's too good to be there. He's too good to be there. And you talk about Manpray, whatever his name is. He missed a penalty in the first half there.
Yeah. Himself. That was skyrocketed out.
As you said, what's it called? Brighton are lucky that they've got enough points in the bag from early in the season when they were doing nosebleeds in top 4, whatever, when they were fourth.
Exactly.
Norwich are dead in the water with Dean Smith taking over a dead man's job there still. Let's move on to
be quite honest, Brighton are where they are. I thought they were going to be in top 10, but right now, looking at the table, they're perfect where they are right now.
Yeah, so that's their level.
That's their level.
For their squad, that's their level there still. Moving on to the next game, the third game on the Saturday there. That was Burnley that are fighting for their life against Man City. But after 5 minutes, you thought Burnley didn't even care that they're in a relegation dogfight.
Burnley were happy to lose that game by 2. Remember, for the last 3 consecutive seasons, they've always collected 5. So 2 was a massive improvement for me when I saw that. I was surprised.
I hear what you're saying, but for me, what's it called? Burnley at home, normally, yes, they
no
normally,
chance. No chance. They were in Burnley.
But you should try it. You don't
No
concede after
chance.
5 minutes.
Again,
try and make it a bit harder. I'm sorry.
You're saying that because you're a Liverpool fan. But listen.
It's a free hit.
It's a free hit. They play Man City. Listen, the last three seasons, Man City has given them 5 at least. They must be coming to that pitch thinking we consider 5, regardless of what it is. We consider 5, and then they concede 2. Come on, man. I feel. Listen, Burnley are where they are.
Regardless if I'm Liverpool or not, you're previously they've not been fighting in the previous seasons, even though they've been beaten 5-0, whatever you call it, high scores. They've not been in this dire straits. You're in dire straits. What's it called? You need to try and be a bit tighter, not to just give up after 5 minutes. But anyway,
who the hell is Burnley anyway? Get them out.
Well, there you go. But what's it called? I was hearing from PD there, or AY Footy that they changed their kit or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, me and Grandchamp don't like their kit, so I think they've done a little bit of touch up on it.
I tell you this. I don't like their kit. I don't like the manager. I don't like the stadium. I don't like their football.
Sorry, Burnley fans. Sorry, Burnley fans. That means that Grandchamp has he's put the final nail in your coffin to say and signed you off. Go on.
Good business. They need to leave the Premier League. What is Burnley contributing to the Premier League?
Apart from dodgy football. But yeah, Man City, they were under pressure for a couple of hours, but after 5 minutes the pressure was gone anyway. Were they really under pressure?
They played on gear 1 all game. They could have.
Oh yeah, that's it. They didn't need to. Maybe they're even pushing the car with their hands. Well, They did it. They are moving on to the biggest shock on the Saturday of the weekend there. Chelsea getting stung heavily by by the bees at the Fallen Bridge.
We should have started with that game first, honestly, because I don't know what Chelsea's doing right now. They're in a hot mess, seriously. And this is how it goes. You bring in a billionaire to run the club. I'm sure as a Chelsea fan somewhere, they must be thinking for the future, like something like this will happen eventually. Do you understand?
What's that?
But it's just a sad moment right now.
Why is it sad? What's sad?
They're so great, and now they're just coming down. I can just see them going downhill right now. That's what I can see.
I don't know about that. That's a bit strong still. I don't know about going downhill still. We'll see. I know this was their first defeat for a while in the Prem there still. I think they won all their games before last month or before international break anyway. So this was just maybe an anomaly there, a wake-up call. They were awful defensively, yes, after Rudiger scored a brilliant worldie.
Yeah, I just want to touch on probably what AY said a few weeks ago. I know we were onto AY with Tuchel playing a different formation. Tuchel went with a flat back 4. Not with Alonso and Aspilicueta playing your fullback.
That's what I'm saying. That's nonsense.
And I think that's
people that I saw they can't run.
They sold. Aspilicueta is still solid, but he is solid in a 3 or in a 5.
Yeah.
So exactly. I feel like that's what
the first goal. Yeah, the first goal, it showed why, as you said, he's solid but not mobile, because the first goal for Brentford, he couldn't get across to get the blocking.
Yeah. It was just awful defending. I mean, Rudiger's goal was amazing. The celebration was good too, but I feel like the 2 players run that game for me. Was Eriksen and what's his name? Eriksen and Mbuemo, and I'm so happy for Eriksen because this guy was about to die. This literally was dying in front of us on TV. Now this guy's back, determined to
club and country.
Exactly, he's determined to play football. And I'm hearing now there's rumors as well that Sergio Aguero wants to come back. He's thinking the vaccine has done me. He wants to come back to football.
Inspiration.
Yeah. So now I just feel like Chelsea are going for a lot. They going for a lot. But I think like 3rd place is cemented for Chelsea. And the last time Chelsea went for a season like this, they always come back when they win something. They won the Champions League twice. So.
Well, they're not winning it this anyway. We can't be having them winning back to back anyway. But yeah, definitely. And what's it called? And Brentford, but they've been, as you said, since Eriksen's arrival. Which well done for Brentford for taking the chance on them bringing Eriksen back to to football there. Who was it? Who did he come from? Was it Inter Milan?
Inter Milan. Inter Milan. He left Inter. Was training with.
Well, they pushed him out in other words because of the medical stuff there. But shame on them. And well done to what's it called? Brentford for taking the punt on him, and he's transformed them with the performances and stuff there. And he's rolling back the years there with the passing. But well done there for Brentford to give them their first win over there in the bridge.
They've beat all the top teams in London, right? This Brentford.
Sorry?
Team. They've beaten all the top teams in London.
Have they beaten them all, is it?
I think so.
Yeah, because they beat Arsenal, yes. I don't know if they beat Spurs. Did they beat Spurs?
You were quick to remember the Arsenal one.
Well, I was just trying
I'll check the Spurs one if they beat.
Yeah, what's it called? But yeah, Yeah. I mean, that win it brought them away from the little Newcastle, Leeds and stuff there. So well done to them. And then while you're checking there, we can move on to the next the next fixture there, which was Leeds. We'll just quickly touch on it. Leeds versus Southampton there. Once again, Ward-Prowse scoring the brilliant free kick again. What's it called? Free kick specialist. The one is not the best in the country in the Prem there still.
Do you think is a certain midfielder? Do you think he should go to the World Cup?
He needs to, bro. He needs to. I think so.
I mean, he could. I don't know. It's not enough. It's good. I don't know. It's tight. It's tight.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's tight.
That's why I asked him what kind of position he's playing, because honestly, he deserves to go. Honestly,
there's only so much you can take. He's on the maybes. The maybes. He's a bit like Mark Noble there, but more to the game.
No. He's way better than Mark Noble. How dare you?
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough for him to get on the what's it called thing there.
He's a good player. He's a good player. Yeah. If people like Kyle Walker-Peters and is it Mitchell at Crystal Palace are having a look in, he deserves to get a play.
But those are different positions there. But I hear what you're saying. He might, for me, I put him on the maybe standby list. But yeah, that was. I mean, any point that Leeds get to help them move away from the bottom relegation places, they'll take any time still. So it called? And Harrison back from injury and stuff with scoring there. And yeah, that's about it with that kind of game anyway. And Southampton a draw there, even though they've not been in the best of form there. That's how it goes. Moving on to the Midland derby there still, which was the Wolves versus the Villa there still. And
good game.
Wolves is grand champs. Team of the season there. There?
Of course.
Wolves there. So and Bruno Lange there. And then Wolves came out with their teeth. They've got their new set of teeth there still, which they picked up in the last few weeks there still after what Arsenal did to them by ripping them out of their mouth. So yeah, so Wolves have done. That was a good.
It was a good game. It was a good game, but I think this is where my problem with Steven Gerrard comes in. Aston Villa are too inconsistent. They attack too much, and some games you have to know that you have to come a bit more solid. And Digne wasn't ready for that game. You started him straight away. I don't know why Target or whatever his name was loaned out or whatever or sold. I'm not too sure, because he was actually all right before Digne came through.
I think maybe he was bitter.
Yeah, maybe it was, but I just feel like Aston Villa are so inconsistent, and I still feel like they need a better striker. They need a better striker. Watkins.
It's not enough on this level.
It's not enough. He's enough for a backup, but to be having a guy week in, week out playing, no, it's not good enough.
So let me stop you on that quickly. I'm gonna jump on that. I love what you've said, especially they just attacking, yeah. But now you've mentioned they need a striker, yeah. So do you think if they get a striker, they will finish off games? Is that what you're saying? That they wouldn't need to be more defensive?
Yes. So no. So I'm saying if your model is always attacking,
yeah,
and you're gonna be, because they concede quite a lot now. If your is always attacking, then you need a better striker to clean up the chances you're creating. Watkins ain't clinical enough for me. For you to
because they are creating chances, isn't it? They are.
Yeah, they create chances, even though they scored, but they could be more. I think probably Danny Ings has been given a run in the team.
No, Danny Ings is finished. Honestly,
you think it's finished?
Honestly.
I think it picked up an injury or something. What's it called? Well, before the international break, the guy was doing well. He got a couple of assists and stuff. Next minute, the man's been called finished. But anyway, what's it called? I think Villa need to also shore up their defense there, conceding too much, as you said.
That's what I'm saying. They concede all the time.
Yeah, as you said, what's it called? Maybe they need to. Gerrard needs to take a look at what Bruno Lange is doing across the Midlands, not too far across the Midlands there, and shore up the defense a bit still and get the balance right there. I think that's the problem, as you said, Grand Champ. He just needs to get the balance right because at the end of the day, Gerrard is still a bit of a rookie manager anyway.
He's a rookie. They've lost the last. They've lost the last 3 games. Just to let you know.
That's what I'm saying. So he needs to His face at halftime was like thunder, let alone at full time anyway. So good win for Wolves to keep them up there and outside chances on maybe Europa League or Europa League Conference there, and that'd be a brilliant season for them anyway. Let's finish off on the Saturday games with with once again the game at Old Trafford. Is it Old Trafford or Trafford? Which one is it?
Everything is trash down there.
I was hearing from Guy Neville once again. He said this. He said, this stadium behind me, it's not fit for duty. It might look good on the outside. It's like one of those women's that we always talk about women examples. Anyway, let's not be sexist. But anyway, he said that stadium is not fit for duty. On the outside, it's beautiful. But inside, it's leaking. It's rusty. It's rotten. He said.
It's all right. It's all right. You still can use it. You still can use it.
You still can use it.
You can say a woman that doesn't.
Not spending no money.
What I'm just gonna say is that I'm gonna stop it, please. Yeah, we've said Manchester have spent.
That's what it's about tussling. Yeah,
they spent 1.5 billion, right? That's what we're saying. Yeah. So now
Man City.
Okay, so now they need to spend more money, right? That's what it is to get better. So we're looking like they're going to be spending like close to 2 billion.
More than that, Governor. Because you have to buy, you have to fix the stadium. You have to fix the stadium and get a world-class, new training ground. So there's a lot there, for God's sake. Anyway, the only good thing is
it's ridiculous what I'm hearing right now.
The only good thing is you're gonna about 3 or 4, especially a couple of high earners are gonna go off the wage bill, like in Pogba. Because for me, if I'm Man United, Pogba's mind's been gone for quite a while that he wants out, PSG or Real Madrid or whatever. If Man United signed him up, they signed Bruno Fernandes up to a new contract, and this was even without any manager there. Bruno, you've done wonderful still, but let's wait till the manager comes in before any of that nonsense happens. But anyway, it's done now anyway. But for me, Pogba, don't sign him to a new contract. His mind's been gone for a while. The man's hitting 29 or whatever. What's it called? He doesn't even look good there at Man United. I'm
gonna stop you there. I think Pogba's a top class player. We always talk about that. We always say, that. Yeah. No. You said
why don't you show it?
No, because the team at United, for me, Paul Pogba hasn't been managed properly. You can't keep playing a player like that. At France, when the guy plays for France, he knows his position. He knows where he's playing for France. He knows the responsibility. At United today, he's playing on the left wing. Then he's playing a false 9. Then he's playing the fingers. They play him everywhere. And you say this now, Bruno Fernandes is starting to fall, even though he's still performing a little bit. Bruno Fernandes is falling a victim of that. He's been moved everywhere. When you have certain players that are quality players, you play them in their positions, and then you build the team, and you build the team around them. The only player Man United to be building around.
Let him finish. Go on.
The only player Man United to be building around, which is a bit short-lived, is Ronaldo. Because for some reason, everything is Ronaldo, and that's why United are falling. They're building the team around the wrong players. Ronaldo, the team around Maguire, for some reason, doesn't get dropped. All of these things United are doing. But no, when you miss one game, that's not you being dropped. If you get dropped for one game, that's not good enough. So for me, Man United are just doing the wrong things at the wrong time. And like Gary Neville was saying, United is like a lady there. They look beautiful on the outside. You go home with her, you wake up in the next morning and you see that she's got without no makeup and she's a howler. That's what United are doing right now.
There you go, still. I'm sure some of us, hopefully, I don't know if some of us have been there before anyway, but let's leave that.
I'm sure we've all been through that before.
Even our subscribers and people that will be viewing this episode. So send in comments on that one anyway, even though it's a bit different from football. I agree. What's it called? Yeah, but I agree. The problems with Man United on and off the field is poor. Grandad Ralph has been a poor appointment, even though AY Footy was saying he's got a slightly better.
I know that's
Solskjaer, but that's rubbish. There'd be no improvement. They're going backwards. Man United. Anyway, who is shocked? Anyway, who is shocked? Because Man United last season finished a fourth second. When I say exactly fourth second, it's only because Chelsea were poor. Liverpool had major injury problems to the centre backs, where they had to play midfielders in centre backs. When everything is correct, Man United had no injury problems last season, and they still didn't challenge. This season, they were supposed to maybe improve and maybe challenge. They've gone backwards twofold. So there's loads of problems for Man United, and as AY Footy said, it's going to cost a lot more money. And that's all we have to say. And watching them is so boring. One more thing I'll say before I let anyone else on and we talk about the Sunday game. You go into that game with no strikers. You've got a striker on the bench. Yes, he's low in confidence in Rashford. But you say that Rashford needs maybe to show something. If you know he's in low in confidence and you know you haven't got no strikers, and you don't play no strikers and you play Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba, what would that do to Rashford's confidence even more? He'd be finished. Yeah. So when he even came on, he looked gone.
That's what I'm going to say again. That's what he said today in some newspaper I was reading. He's like, he's not playing players because players that don't want to be there. He's actually said that today in an interview. So I'm thinking this team is just damaged. Like, so
it's dead. It's waiting for the season to end.
Yeah, but you see,
move on,
the mistake Man United made. The mistake Man United made was when they said they were going to get this guy.
Mistakes.
Yes, exactly. One of the mistakes Man United made was to bring Ralph Rangnick, who was meant to be some technical advisor, wherever it is, to come manage the club for 6 months. Once, as a player, I couldn't care less if this guy's going to be here for 6 months. It's like me. It's like me at work, working with someone, and I don't like them at work, and I'm thinking, right, they're going to leave next month. I just tolerate them until they get out. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's
yeah. As I said, he's like he's like a supply teacher at school. But anyway, let's see what happens to them. I think the best thing for Man United, if they can't get into which is very slim now for the top four, if they can't get into the top four, what they should do is do what Arsenal did last season. Just finish 8th. Even though it doesn't look good on the CV, you're away from rubbish Europa League conference.
I'm sorry, I don't agree with that, but move on.
Well, yeah. Were you happy? Did you want to play Europa League conference?
Of course, because if you win that, you could be in the Champions League. What are you talking about?
Anyway, that's Arsenal's level nowadays. Maybe I asked the wrong question. But anyway, let me move on to
Liverpool were once upon a time.
Forget that.
You guys were there before.
It's all in turns.
It's all in turns.
Moving on to Sunday, don't be bitter there. There's good stuff going on the red side of Merseyside. But anyway, moving on to Sunday, time permitting there. We had talking about Merseyside, we had West Ham playing the other side of Merseyside, the blue side that is really in the blues. We had time permitting there. West Ham versus Everton. Who wants to quickly?
I'll quickly just say, listen, so many players at Everton are waiting for the season to be done. And if listen, Dele Alli is finished.
What kind of
Lampard just got excited. New manager, 40 million, bought the wrong stuff. He should be buying defenders and a defensive midfielder. Everton to keep conceding goals. But my point is, certain players like Richarlison, if he's there next season, then they should sack his agent. That's all I'm going to say.
Of course, I agree. It's too good.
He's trying to move.
1 minute you're scoring a brace for Brazil. Next minute you're back losing in the rainy, cold of the blue side of Everton. Sorry, go on, AY Footy.
These things are depressing for footballers sometimes.
Shocking stuff.
Oh yeah,
shocking.
But good win for West Ham there still to give themselves to keep up their outside them. What's it called? Chances of finishing in the top 4 there still.
No. Forget it. Europa.
No, I said outside, even though I remember I ruled them out a couple months ago anyway. Still,
so why mention it? So why mention it? Why give them the benefit?
I have to mention it for the Hammer fans that still have hope.
This is a delicate time. They need to decide.
It's the same. It's kind of maybe false hope that Arsenal fans think that they have unfinished in top 4.
They need to be careful right now, West Ham, though, because
you're very sour there. You're very sour here.
You were sour there. You were sour there on Liverpool there, so I give it back. 40.
Let's move on. Time. Let's move on.
Frank Lampard. Quickly, we'll talk about Frank Lampard. He looks like he looks like a proper rookie that doesn't know what he's doing anyway. But let's move on to
Gerrard.
Yeah, there you are. But him more so because of where the situation of the club is. Let's move on to Spurs versus Newcastle. Newcastle coming back down to earth with big thumps there. Most expensive owners in the world there, or the richest owners in the world, and they got knocked for 5 at the Hotspurs there still. And the only shocking thing about that. The only shock thing about that scoreline was Harry Kane didn't even get a goal. Normally, you would have thought if you walked in, he would have got a brace or a hat trick there.
I expected that scoreline because I looked at the Newcastle team every week, even when they were grinding results and getting those wins.
It's awful, isn't it?
The awful team. How they were winning games. I'll be honest. The team sheets. What's the team sheet? It hurts my eyes.
It's true. I agree. And what's it called? And I don't know what David Ginola or whatever you want to call him was drinking at half time or after the game when he was saying that Harry Kane reminded him of Diego Maradona. What's it called?
No, it's because Kane was coming.
Because
Kane was coming in midfield, dropping in and splashing.
That's awful. To use that kind of example is a shocker still. It's like saying Frank Bruno was like fighting like Muhammad Ali. Nah, stop it there. Stop it.
Once I saw that, I just said, that just shows you life and fair. That's it right there. For someone to say that and have it published, life and fair. And he probably got paid in the studio to be a pundit, and he said that nonsense. You know.
Look, there we are.
Can win World Cup. He's Maradona straight. That's what everyone would say.
It'd be the England, what's it called, Bobby Moore or whatever.
I'll be damned.
But moving on quickly there. It'd be moving on quickly there. Spurs are a bit like Liverpool there, with Spurs not giving Arsenal any free time, just like Liverpool not giving City any free time, and Spurs now occupying 4th place. And then we had tonight's game
on goal difference.
The London derby against they're occupying it, yes or no? But we had the London derby at Sellers Park there, where Arsenal were away to their old ex-captain there, Vieira's and Palace, and then they got blown out of the water, sent back to North London packing. What do you have to say quickly on that? Grand Champ.
If Vieira is a mug, you should have done us a favor there, the twat. But on all seriousness, once I saw the lineup with regards to Nuno Tavares and Emile Smith Rowe, look, the squad is so thin, and Arteta needs to learn that when you're not playing players, you're hardly making any subs there, or you're not giving these guys enough minute. Nuno Tavares that was his first game since January, against Nottingham. Okay, the guy hadn't played since. He'd been fit. Certain games where the game is done and dusted, you bring him on to get a guy used to the match fitness or whatever it is. But the Arsenal squad is so thin that there can't be no rotation. Was there's 1 or 2 injuries, that's it. And I'm just gonna say this: supporting Nigeria and supporting Arsenal is 101 ways on how to die. Because they're gonna let you down. They're gonna let you down. This is what they do. Crunch time of the season. Arsenal are doing nonsense. 3-0 to Palace away from home. Palace is tough at home. I know that. But to lose 3-0, 2 down to the 5 minutes.
Well, let's
To be honest, I expected Crystal Palace to win that game for some reason.
Not 3-0.
That scoreline. You understand?
Well, not 3-0.
I don't know why you expected Palace to win that game when Arsenal come into that game in good form.
I expected a draw.
That's it. But good on Palace anyway, because that win took them into ninth and into the top 10 there still. So well done to Vieira. He's having a very good season there in his debut season as manager there. Well done, and to the Gallagher and all the other young players there that are doing very well since they've been bought or been bought on loan as well. Yeah, moving on to quickly at the midweek Champions League games there. We got tomorrow we got Benfica, Liverpool. Well, obviously I'll go for Liverpool there still, but even if what about you? Grand Club?
Liverpool should win that.
Yeah, AY Footy?
Liverpool's got
so 3 for Liverpool there still.
But I will be watching that game because I know Arsenal are linked to the striker for Benfica, Nunes, so keep an eye on that.
No problem. Moving on to Man City, Atletico Madrid. Different types of football there still. Man City to win.
Easy win for Man City there.
I think Man City win 3-1 or 2-1.
No, I think 3. I think Man City. If Atletico go with Savage at the back there, I don't know how he's still playing. They'll get that.
They'll get a red card. Yeah, I can see a red card.
They'll get that. But City win. City win. But goodness sake, Jack Grealish. Jack flipping Grealish. How is he making it into the team every week for England and Man City?
The thing is, you can get away. They can get away with it because of the other qualities players carry him anyway. Moving on to Wednesday's game.
Talking about him, I heard Gucci's that he's about to sign some endorsement deal with Gucci.
Well, that shows you that it's nothing to do with football. That's to do with the clothing and stuff. There, that's not his football. Talent that's giving him that anyway. It's his outside maybe stuff. But moving on to Wednesday, there we got a few quick games there. You got Chelsea, Real Madrid. Who are you going for?
Draw.
I think I think Real Madrid just sneaks sneak it.
Nah, I'm going for all English team to win this leg.
All right, then no problem. Villarreal, Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich are starting to get a bit of their form back still. So Bayern Munich, to win that one like 2-0 or 3-1.
Yeah, Munich as well.
And then the big relegation 6 points. What you got? Burnley versus Everton.
Oh Lord goodness, I wouldn't be watching that. I'm watching Champions League.
Well, that's an interesting game.
What's your predictions quickly? A
draw. A draw.
I think Burnley 2-1. And then let's quickly talk about the biggest game of Sunday, which is maybe the winner takes it all for the Prem there. City versus Liverpool.
Man City.
Draw game. That's a draw game for me.
I'm going for I'm going slightly just for my own team there. 2-1 to Liverpool there. Come on. Anyway, well done for watching us there, and it was good.
Well done, guys. It's good to be back, though. It's good to be back, man. It's been a minute.
Refreshed there, and